Brandon Vickery here after Valpo's game against Toledo tonight at the Athletics Recreation Center. Glad to be joined by Valpo senior Meredith Hamlet. And Meredith, it was a game where you played shorthanded. You had several players out with injuries, foul trouble. Just what type of grind was it like to play through this a little shorthanded tonight?
Yeah, that's always a grind. I mean, I think it's kind of unfortunately been like that for a few years here, and that's just something you can't control. I mean, I know the girls who are injured, it's not like they want to get hurt. So I just think like playing Division I level, like it's hard anyway. So you just got to fight through the adversity all the time.
So Toledo team that went to the NCAA tournament 2 years ago. It's a program of a high caliber. What was it that impressed you about Toledo tonight?
I think it was just their aggression. I think just playing against MAC teams, like everyone knows who the MAC conference is, and I think like you just expect like a toughness about them, and I just think that probably surprised a lot of us.
Well, Meredith, there's one positive about this team this season. It's a fight right to the end. I mean, it was a double-digit deficit, got it right down to within a few points by game's end. Just what is it about this team that makes you guys fight back in some of these games?
I just think we want to do it for each other, and then even though we have like shorthanded people, just the people who are injured and even the people who are not, like we just want to do it for each other. Like it's a long haul, and we all are in it together. So.
And kind of a footnote to tonight before the game was your ceremony for your 1,000th point. Just what was it like to be recognized tonight, and what's it like to join that 1,000-point club?
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, just like everyone says, and it's so true, like you literally couldn't do it without your teammates. Like you can't even, it's not even possible. So huge shout out to my teammates like over the 4 years. Like it's been incredible, and I love Valpo. So
there she is, Valpo senior guard Meredith Hamlet. Now glad to be joined by the head coach of Valpo, Mary Evans, after tonight's game against Toledo. And, Coach, it's a situation where you're playing shorthanded and injuries have riddled your team, and you had some foul trouble tonight. What are the challenges of having such a shorthanded team right now?
I think the biggest challenges are an inability to really practice and get up and down 5-on-5 and play physical, because you don't want to get it down to 6 or 7 with some silly injury in practice. So I think that's the biggest challenge right now. And then the fouling, we've just got to do a better job. We've got to stop fouling. Like we're legitimately fouling this much. And so we've got to get that under control, and we've got some ideas of how to do that the next couple of days in practice.
Obviously, you've seen Toledo's program up close when you've played or when you've coached in the MAC, and they're a team that went to the NCAA tournament 2 years ago, a quality program. What impressed you about their team tonight?
They're so well disciplined. They're so physical and tough, and they try to rebound every single time. I'm really impressed with our young ladies on the boards to compete with them, 42-41. That's a team that can out rebound people by ridiculous amounts, like by 20. So I am really happy with that. I'm disappointed with our turnovers. I don't think they do that much of a good job pressing, and I think the turnovers we had were silly and kind of self-inflicted. So. They're a really physical team. They run their stuff well. They've got good post play, and they've got a couple really good guards. And we were ready for the post play, and I think that led to Santucci really being able to kind of go off on us tonight.
What's maybe the takeaway from this game? What can you improve going into next game?
I think communication probably is the biggest thing. If there's one thing that I'm a little disappointed about, and we talked about it at length going into this, they run a lot of stuff, more than we can go over in 2 days. And so we had to really lean on our communication. And I thought when we did a good job communicating both on defense, like we got stops. And when we didn't, we looked really silly at times tonight. So I think working on that piece is going to be huge moving forward, and something that we have to work on daily. So that'll be a big thing going forward for us.
If there's one positive, there's been no quit in your team in any of the games. It's been a fight right down to the end, even from the way you've coached the games. You've coached all the way to the final horn. What is it about that approach, or what is it about that you like in your team?
I love it. I love their no-quit mentality, and I wish we could figure out a way to start it a little earlier, because I think we'd have a chance to pull out some of these games. But they're getting great experience at the end of the game. They're getting to run things to get shots, and they're doing a great job executing it. And I think, moving forward, we've got to do a better job through the first 35 minutes of executing and playing with tempo and being locked in on what we need to do offensively. And when we get that figured out, I think they're going to be a good group. It's just getting that figured out and taking really good shots. I think we missed a lot of shots tonight, because I don't necessarily think our shot selection was great at times.
There she is, the head coach of Valpo, Mary Evans. Valpo's next game will be on the road at 5 p.m. tip time on Thursday at Chicago State. For all the latest in Valpo athletics, visit valpoathletics.com.